Okay, in this example, just like in the previous example, we are going to use a function that relates the distance d that you can see from the top of a building or from an airplane perhaps to the height h in miles of the top of the building or the height of the airplane. So this maximum distance that we can see is measured in miles, and we're calling that value d, and the height we're going to refer to as h, and that also is measured in miles. And the name of the function that we're going to use in this example is f. So when we write d equals f of h, this equation, that's the mathematical or the symbolic way of expressing this statement that d is a function of or is determined by the height h. All right, so let's see what we're going to be asked to do with this function. So let me scroll up a little bit here. So we're told that the third observation deck at the Eiffel Tower, the famous Eiffel Tower in Paris, it turns out that that is 0.171 miles above the ground, which is 906 feet. And what we want to do is express the following statement in function notation. The maximum distance that you can see from the third observation deck at the Eiffel Tower is 36.8 miles. So we're going to use our function defined in the previous paragraph here and function notation to express this statement in mathematical terms. Okay, so in this statement we're given a value here for d. That's the distance that we can see, or the maximum distance that we can see. And so that is 36.8 miles in this statement. And we know that the height from which we can see that maximum distance is the height of the third deck of the Eiffel Tower, so that's 0.171 miles. And so now how can we use function notation to express this statement, this sentence? All right, well, see, notice, again, back in our definition of the function f, we know that d is equal f of h. D is a function of h. So we can, in this equation, substitute the values here that were given to express this statement in function notation. So in this example, the distance is 36.8. And the height, that's going to be the input in this example, is 0.171. All right, and then we simply use the name of our function here, f, to complete the function notation. So f of 0.171 is equal to 36.8, or in other words, at a height of 0.171 miles. That's the height of the third deck on the Eiffel Tower. The maximum distance you can see is 36.8 miles. You might be more comfortable writing this equation in the opposite order, which is fine. So you could also write f of 0.171 is equal to 36.8, and obviously that's the same equation. And that might make more intuitive sense to you to write it in this order. Again, at a height of 0.171 miles, the maximum distance we can see is 36.8 miles.